Okay, so now we're gonna go through lateral line recovery. Players, feeling like they're having a lot of pressure on their knees, probably from tight IT bands. They can't really move or rotate in the hips. Feeling like fried here in the peroneals or ankles aren't moving well. Most of the time, it's an indicator that their lateral line is a little bit disconnected and tight. So we have the video for the feet already. We'll bypass that. So we're gonna go right into the peroneals. So with this lacrosse ball or sphere roller, this roller you can use. I just don't find it that effective. But again, for players that are a little bit more on the novice side, you can have them here. Main concept is, all right, under patellar tendon, right before like where mid sock line would be, I'm pushing my knee down, so now I got pressure going through the roller. I could kind of just fan the area. Most players are gonna feel a lot of clicking. We can do the same thing with that roller, but the lacrosse ball is the one that gets the best and honest feedback. So I'm in a 90-90 position. I'm moving through it 1 to 2 inches at a time, and then I'm working my way down. Now, once I start to get the area to open up, I'm gonna move my feet up and down just to get some more feedback. Another thing a player can do, right about where mid sock line is, they can kind of press into here and move their feet laterally. That will help really activate and release that area. From there, we'll go into glute medius and piriformis. So just like a figure 4, rolling into it, they can start to adjust or add a little bit of rotation just to really find a sweet spot there. And then the taller they can sit into it, obviously the better. From there, groin. So when we're doing the groin, I'm going to tell the player that the roller is vertical, so it matches the shape of their body. And when they're going into it, we can, if we have a lot of time, we can split the leg from mid-thigh up and then mid-thigh down, or we can kind of just get through the area. Depending on how high they are, you really want to get these knobs on the roller to go right into the groin. You can sit into it 2 to 3 inches at a time. Start to really get deep into the muscle, and then you can start to work your way and pull it. And then we'll start to open it up and get the elasticity there as we move through. Now, we got internal rotation, internal external rotation. If you feel like a knot, also high up into the groin. Sometimes the players, you'll see that they have like their glutes just shut off. With this knob, you get into it, and now the player is just going up and down, or driving the leg up and down through the ridge, and that's gonna help turn that on, release it, and then they'll go a little bit more back into their norm. From there, we're going to IT bands. So IT bands we take time with because everyone in soccer is they're always fried there, just off of so much lateral movement, rotation. These things are stabilizing for us. So best is to use a sphere roller, but we can also just use the normal roller. Find the ridges, that's where you can get deep. So we'll do the front half first. So from about the hip bone to mid-thigh, we're just rolling slow. You wanna peel through that leg. So once you get to about 20-second mark, about 10 rolls or so, then you want to tell the player, wherever they've really found a knot, as they're rolling down into it, heel to butt slowly. Moving through it, and then they can continue to roll for that 45 seconds. From there, we'll bring it down about 2 inches, 2 inches from the knee, just because there's a lot of nerves there. And then we'll get that lower part. They'll roll, heel to butt, get some releases, but make sure they're sitting in for that time. It's way more effective when you do 45 seconds opposed to just 20. So just a flash roll with the quads. Some players like to go with 2, just onto it. I like to go with 1. When I go with 1, I bring this knee out. Once I start to open up, I go with a little bit of heel to butt, rotate a little bit towards the IT band, into that lateral side, and then, just start to roll. Sometimes they're getting stuck between the 2. And then we'll go to the upper body. So, lats, 3rd to 4th rib, all the way up into the armpit. So you can explain to the player, 90 degree in the front, 90 degree in the back. Fall into it, kind of collapse into it, tilt your chest down. Now I'm gonna have this back leg up, like I'm opening up to kind of stretch my groin. I'm gonna bring my hips off the floor, so now I'm moving through my shins and my knee. And I'm just going 2 to 3 inches, sitting into it. If it feels really tight, like right now, it's a little bit uncomfortable, it's a good spot then. If they can't go up and down, sit and breathe, just breathe. Open it up, get a little bit of movement. After you get that movement, we add that rotation. So now, we basically force our body to come across it and get some feedback and open up. If you see the players have really like hiked up shoulders, that's good, but then you have to do it, you have to match that with the chest. So edge of the roller or the ball roller, you're gonna put that under the collarbone before the armpit and right on the outside chest and the upper part. I'm gonna sit into it and I'm just gonna go up and down. Use this hand to kind of grab and stretch. I can adjust the position a little if I need to. Once we get to that point where we do about 10 to 15 of them, when I have my hand in a fist, when I have my head down to rest on it, I'm reaching out, rotating, palm up to the sky, on my lower back. And now I'm rolling across with this movement. So this ridge is going through and my muscle is going back and forth across it. And it's allowing me to free up my shoulder. It's gonna help with my posture, not pull my hips. Okay, we'll go right into the stretches. So with this, it's a 90-90 complex. So we're gonna start off in a tall pose. Now we want them to sit here and breathe. So we're gonna open up the QLs, driving this knee down, ankle down, knee down, ankle down. This should be in a line, my belly button should be facing the front knee. Squeeze my belly button to the spine. I'm walking my arms out. Now if the players have short arms, you can get a ball, a roller, a pad, a yoga block, a book, whatever you have just to kind of add that height. So most of the time their outside arm is going to be able to get up and lock out, which is easy. Sometimes they're going to have trouble just being able to stick out and then have everything down. But then also you can challenge them and have it a bit higher. So now they're forcing their knees and ankles down. They're lengthening up, squeezing the core, so now they're lengthening the spine. Similar to like what you would get with if you would hang and allow the spine to open up. So we're gonna sit here for about 30 seconds and breathe. Each breath into the stomach, rib cage. We should be breathing down into our groin and glutes. We'll be sitting heavier, but we're gonna be more open, so we'll start to sink into the ground. Chest up, good posture. After that, they'll stay in the same position, and then they're gonna go into a single arm. So they're gonna have their arm up like this, just a set position. Tell them to drive this hip forward. So now we're opening up that hip flexor, and we're gonna fall into it and just reach. Don't touch the ground. Then you can touch the ground, come back up, arm up, now at 2. Now we're gonna have to get the stabilizers to turn on a bit and open up, fall into it. Do not touch the ground on that one. Really gonna force the groin, the hips, everything else to open up and fire up. From there, you go into rotation, which which looks like this. Most players' knee's gonna pop up here. So you're gonna press your knee down, inside arm, rotate out, keep that foot lifted. Try to keep a better spine position. See, I'm cheating a little, and then that compensates for my hips. So much like a hip car, I'm really just trying to keep my body in this neutral and position that I have where I'm more stable, and then I'm moving through it. From there, we'll switch sides, and then we'll be going into the frog stretch. With the frog stretch, there's 3 levels to it. So 5 inhales, 5 exhales, where we're gonna be really passive. I'm gonna show you from here. So notice my feet. Dorsiflex, my heels driving into the ground. Knees gonna be right under the hip. Elbows pressed down. Press the hands, grip, get more activated from the lats, the core to the glutes. And right now we're just gonna be relaxed and breathing. Squeeze the tailbone down, lengthen. From there, you're gonna tell them to go 10 inhales, 10 exhales. With this, they're squeezing the ground with their knees, squeezing their core. Eyes are looking in front of them. This is kind of like a PNF effect where they're gonna get that contraction. They're also opening up, and then the effect is gonna be that it releases. Now, from there, you can tell the player to relax. They'll open up just a bit more, and then they'll go with the squeeze again. And they'll do that for 3 levels with the squeezes. Now, from there, we're gonna go into the standing lateral line stretch. So, right side over, right side behind. Meaning, left leg's here. Oh wait. Oh, sorry, I'm getting confused. No, so I'm behind with the right, and I'm going over with the right. So kind of like I'm making like a C shape or a curl. Now while I'm doing this, I'm pressing my toes down so my feet could rock and wobble, but I want my feet to be pressed, so now I'm opening up the perennials, IT band, squeezing my core, going up and over, not falling forward. So now this is all stretching and my breath counts for more. We'll do each side, and then from there, I'll be 10 inhales, 10 exhales, I believe. Lateral lunge. Okay, and then lat stretch with a hinge. So if you got TRXs, they're perfect to just hold it and get into this hinge position and breathe. It's all about the breath with these. I don't have TRX here, so I'm gonna use this little dance thing. Pushing my hips back. Deep inhale and exhale. Put your fingers on their in their QLs and tell them to breathe through it. Rib cage tucked down, and they're just focusing on lengthening and expanding. That's gonna go a long way for them to get some separation here. They're gonna feel really good after that. Something that I advise the players do almost every day if they can on their own time. All right, so now we get into the movements. So it's gonna be open and close the gate, same leg, 10-15 yard space, cradle and pickups, and side lunge stretch. So the open and close, again, don't let them do the bullshit they usually do at soccer practice like this. Drive the knee up like you're coming over a fence and then back, right? You can start to add more speed. They're gonna squeeze their glutes, press their body up, stand proud. Once I get 10-15 yards, same thing on the opposite side, all right? Again, if we have a lot of numbers, we're not gonna use hurdles, or we can use bands or ropes. But again, they can imagine that, get over the fence, get over the hurdle, and continue. Keep your shoulders and your hips facing forward so that we restrict the hips to open them up. So restriction, stability creates mobility as well. If we're just loose everywhere, we're not really getting much out. Side lunge to stretch. What really gets to help the players, instead of just telling them to push their butt back, tell them to push their butt back and press their hands on the floor. They can sit and hold a bit more just because this is a recovery, but then push the hips back, try not to curl on the spine, and they'll do that for their 10-15 yard space. We'll get into the activations now. So we'll do the hip cars, 8 on each side. Now when we're doing the hip car, again, we're isolating a position, we're isolating an area, so that's gonna be our hips, that joint area. So I'm gonna lock my arms out, hands are gonna be under the shoulders. I'm gonna have my knees under my hips, my feet are flexed. From there, squeezing my core, I'm pressed. Now, if I'm doing my right side, I need to pay attention to this left elbow because the left elbow is gonna wanna give and then allow me to compensate. I don't want that. I want them to restrict themselves. So from here, I'm going knee forward towards the elbow, knee up, over the ankle, heel up to the sky, neutral position in the spine, and then back. They really want to take their time when they're going out to the side to open up, lift, and then come back. From there, they'll do the opposite. So tell them to lift it over the fence. So heel up, get over that fence, and come back. More hand pressure, more foot pressure, more engagement. We can really allow the hips to start to open up. This will really create enough separation where they're not feeling like they're impinged. That's a common thing for soccer players that happens, but this will help and go a long way for them. Bridge hold with a squeeze. I don't have a ball, but I'm sure we'll have plenty when the day comes. So you're gonna do a ball, pillows, pads, whatever. So they're just going into a bridge hold, but they're gonna squeeze. So we're gonna get that groin to activate a bit. As we're here, holding up, driving the knees away so that we shut off the quads. Glutes are gonna connect, and then feet are flat. And then back down. Always reset with the spine down. Internal rotation, so they can squeeze a roller pad, or a ball. I'm gonna choose to do this. So I'm sitting here like this. As a coach, you can try to pull and see if they're really holding on to it. I want 90 degrees. I want to be past 90 degrees, so my hips shut off. Then from there, I'm just trying to rotate as much out as I can. I can do 5 to the outside this way, 5 to the outside this way. Keep my spine pressed down, and then you can go 5 together. Tell them not to rush through it, nice and slow. If we don't have any equipment for that, they can be in this position, like this, and then just rotate out. It's always better if they have something here to squeeze though. So if they don't have, if you really have nothing, just your hand. And then move out of it. All right, after that, lateral band walks. I don't have any hip bands on me, so I'll just use this. Focus on the feet that they're pressed down. Engagement, athletic position as they're in that. And then we'll go into a lateral hip lift, into a clamshell, and then the dynamic, you can go into more dynamic movements, get into bound or anything like that. I'll show you the hip lift. So we're here like this, up, and then back down. Right? Up, and then back down. If that's too intense for them, they'll sit here, 45 degrees in the knee, heel's gonna be getting as close to your butt as you can. Think like you're doing a bridge where you're trying to open up this knee away from my hip, lengthen the quad, come up, push this knee away, stack my feet and press them, and then back down. So we can get glute med, everything there to turn on. So yeah, those are the activations. That's the lateral line. Yeah.